Viggo's brother Abram Tarasov gives his stolen Ford Mustang back to John Wick. Wick goes on a violent rampage that severely damages the Mustang but spares Tarasov in exchange for peace, then leaves for his own house. Aurelio, the owner of the chop shop, takes Wick's Mustang in for repairs. Santino D'Antonio, the leader of the Camorra crime family, pays John a visit and reminds him that he assisted John in finishing his impossible task, which allowed John to retire and wed Helen. In exchange, John made an unbreakable vow to a marker, represented by a medallion bearing the phrase blood oath. When John refuses to provide the services that Santino demands, Santino retaliates by using a grenade launcher to blow up John's house, after John escapes and makes his way to the Continental Hotel in New York City. Winston warns him that he will be breaking one of the two unbreakable rules of the underworld: not killing on Continental property and respecting every marker. John meets with Santino and reluctantly accepts his commitment. Santino gives him the task of killing his sister, Jonna, in order to secure her place at the high table. A council consisting of 12 influential criminal bosses, Ars, Santino's silent bodyguard, is sent to watch John on his mission. John approaches Jonna in her dressing room. During her coronation in Rome, Italy, Jonna makes the decision to cut her wrists when she knows she will die. John ends Jonna's suffering and completes the marker by shooting her in the head as she passes away. Jonna's bodyguard, Cassian, spots John as he leaves, understands he was sent to kill Jonna, and attacks him, after running into the catacombs. John is betrayed by Ars and Santino's goons who want to kill him in order to tie up loose ends. Cassian follows John once more, after he eliminates the majority of the goons. Like the New York Continental, conducting business is strictly prohibited, and their fight takes them into the reception area of the Rome Continental. John gives Jonna a reason for his death. As they sip on their drinks together, however, out of deference to his profession, Cassian assures John that he will pass away quickly and cleanly. The manager of the Roman Continental, Julius, sets up John's safe return to New York while Santino opens a $7 million contract to murder John, purportedly in retaliation for his sister's passing. As a result, multiple assassins attempt to harm John, but Winston visits Santino to finish the marker, releasing John from his inability to move against him. Winston tells Santino that he will not be ready for John's wrath because he stabbed the devil in the back, after suffering multiple injuries from attempted murder. Cassian approaches John in the subway. John spares Cassian after a vicious fight that ends with a stab to the aorta. John, who has suffered severe injuries, goes to the Bowery King, an underground crime boss, for assistance. John is given medical attention by his subordinates. The Bowery King, intrigued by John's plan to murder a member of the High Table, gives him a Kimber M1911 pistol that only has 7 bullets, one for every million in the contract. Sportingly, John is guided by him to an art museum, where Santino is hosting a gala. After killing all of Santino's henchmen including Ars, John follows him around the museum, giving him enough time to flee to the Continental, where he plans to stay in its sanctuary forever. John, frustrated, shoots and kills Santino in the Continental Lounge in spite of Winston's warnings. Winston meets with John the following day and informs him that the Camorra has doubled his contract and is making it available to everyone. Furthermore, Winston is compelled to declare John excommunicado, ending all of his access and privileges to underworld resources, in violation of the High Table's regulations for conducting business on continental grounds. But Winston gives John a head start by delaying the activation of his excommunication by an hour and gives him a marker for later use. John tells Winston, before he departs, to tell all the other High Table assassins that he will kill them all if they try to pursue him. Winston calls to make John's excommunicado effective in 1 hour, and John leaves with his dog.